Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 New Mexico Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. Today's game is presented by rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association, purchased by New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, and agreed upon by both schools, the host Albuquerque Academy and the visiting Lovington Wildcats. Today's game is brought to you by Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, the Norley Hospital District, Bob's Thriftway, the Lovington Schools, and Stone Oilfield Service. Today's game also brought to you by the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, R360, DNC Electric, New Mexico Junior College, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo from here in Chargerland in Albuquerque as we get ready for this first round best of three series. One game tonight and then possibly two tomorrow. It's the number 14 Lovington Wildcats on the road to face the number 3 Academy Chargers. So let's go ahead and run down the rosters for you. For the visiting Lovington Wildcats under head coach Christian Cruz in his second season at the helm of the Lovington program. Batting first and playing second will be Jaden Gutierrez. He's a junior. Batting second and playing in left will be senior Ryan Weiser. Batting third and catching will be senior Micah Pondo. Batting fourth is the junior DH Juan Sepulveda. He'll be hitting in place of the senior starting pitcher Ethan Gonzalez. Batting fifth and playing first is senior Patrick Sanchez. Batting sixth and playing center is senior Cam Ochoa. Batting seventh and playing in right is junior Fidencio Lujan. Batting eighth is the third baseman sophomore Auden Paredes. And batting in the ninth slot and playing shortstop is the eighth grader Jude Madrid. Running down the rest of the roster for Coach Cruz's Lovington Wildcats, you got junior number 17, Abraham Rodriguez, senior number 22, Josiah Gana, senior number 14, Cole McKillop, senior number 8, Caden Mitchell, senior number 18, Antonio Mina, and sophomore number 6, Paul Sanchez. For the home team, the number 3 ranked Albuquerque Academy Chargers under head coach Chris Alexander, their starting lineup looks like this. Batting first is the center fielder, senior Andrew Olson. Batting second and pitching here in the first game is senior Matthew Delaney. Batting third, playing first is junior Ryan Williams. Batting fourth is the right fielder, senior Corbett Thomas. Batting fifth and catching is sophomore Joseph Rounds. Batting sixth is the DH, junior A.J. Leonard. He'll be hitting in place of sophomore left fielder Aiden Shum. Batting seventh is the freshman shortstop Daniel Candelas. Batting eighth and playing second is senior E.J. Gallardo. And batting in the ninth slot and playing third is freshman Jace Gabaldon. The rest of the lineup for the Academy Chargers is number 13, junior Brian Valdez, number 11, sophomore Colin Pacheco, number 17, sophomore Akash Reddy. Then you've got number 9, junior Thomas Witten, then number 14, junior Theodore Gutierrez, and number 6, freshman Langston Lee. So that'll be the lineups for both of these teams. An absolutely gorgeous afternoon for baseball here in Albuquerque. We're partly sunny, partly cloudy, 72 degrees, light breezes out of the south-southeast, but could see them occasionally gust up to 15 miles an hour. Absolutely fantastic look at Sandia Peak in the background, and just a perfect day for baseball. Lovington coming in at 13-13, a perfect 500 on the season. 3-6 was their district record. They finished third in district and getting in at the number 14 seed, of course, after missing the playoffs 1 year ago. On the offensive side of the ball, Lovington hitting .335 collectively as a team with 7 home runs, and they do have 161 RBIs on the season. They are averaging 7.8 runs a game, so just under 8 runs per game. For the Academy Chargers on the year, as a team, they are batting .339. They've hit 19 out of the ballpark, and they've had 188 RBIs. They're averaging just under 9 runs per game. Academy at 16-9 overall on the year, but they were a perfect 8-0 in their district to earn the number 3 seed here in the New Mexico Activities Association 2025 playoffs. We'll take a timeout, come back, and continue. It's the Lovington Wildcats and the Albuquerque Academy Chargers from here in the Duke City on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Academy High School here in Albuquerque, getting ready for the opening round best-of-3 series between the visiting number 14 Lovington Wildcats and the home team, the number 3 seeded Albuquerque Academy Chargers. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo today. Dawn Morgan on assignment back. Of course, we've got a lot of baseball and softball. We started with the 2A playoffs a couple of days ago. I was over in Gallup for those ball games. Dawn had to go down to Lordsburg. Got the 5A girls softball playoffs starting here in just a few minutes from Carlsbad as number 13 Hobbs takes on number 4 Carlsbad in a do-or-die game. That's on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Right here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Getting ready for this matchup. Lovington will be wearing the road blues, the blue tops with white pants, white letters and numbers, and of course the blue and white lids. For Albuquerque Academy, they are in the home white unis, the all whites with red letters and numbers, black lids, and Chargers in red across the front. So hopefully you are settling in. Of course, a big thank you to the good folks here at Albuquerque Academy for helping us get set up and approving the video deal. Whole lot of things there, but a lot of moving pieces. But we did get the video rights. The rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association for the video stream and purchased by Newalmark Broadcasting, Newalmark Digital, and One Radio Square Sports. So the teams being introduced out onto the field. Again, Academy comes in at 16-9 on the year, but on quite the winning streak. They win a perfect 8-0 in district to earn the number 3 seed. Lovington at 500 on the year, 13-13. They are 3-6. Now, after today, we will have at least one more game tomorrow at 11 a.m., and then, if necessary, a 1 p.m.-ish start time for games 2 and 3 here in the opening round of the Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. So great to have you with us as the team's being introduced out onto the field. I will go ahead and apologize in advance for any kind of shoddy camera work as, I'm flying solo and it's a little bit awkward, but I do appreciate all the help from the Academy folks for getting set up. And wherever you're watching around Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world, we appreciate having you with us. And yeah, had to talk to the AD for just a moment. But very nice folks here at Albuquerque Academy, and we appreciate them accommodating. So yeah, the camera work, like I said, I apologize in advance if it's a little bit shoddy, but we've got it for you, and that is the important thing here today. Again, I'm going to be about 72 degrees. Might get a little bit cool as the sun goes down. We should be done, though, before it goes completely down tonight. Of course, you got Sandia Peak in the background, an absolutely gorgeous campus and a gorgeous setting for a baseball game. Yeah, nice campus here. We've done football quite a few times up here. This will be the first baseball game I think I've called here, but it's great facilities. It is a natural grass facility, and you can tell no expense has been spared. It is, yeah, it's like a carpet out there. So very, very nice facilities, and so going to be a great one. Again, for Lovington, leading it off will be Jaden Gutierrez. He'll be followed by Ryan Weiser, then Micah Pondo. Juan Sepulveda hits fourth. Patrick Sanchez hitting fifth. Cam Ochoa hitting in the sixth slot. Fidencio Lujan batting seventh. Auden Paredes batting eighth. And Jude Madrid batting ninth. For your defensive alignment for the home team Chargers, you got Delaney on the hill. Rounds as his battery mate. Williams, Gallardo, Candelas, and Gabaladone around the infield first to third. Then the outfield left to right, you've got Schum, Olson, and Thomas. So creeping up on 5 o'clock and getting ready for the start of this one. And for the national anthem, we will take a timeout and come back with the first pitch. It's Lovington and Academy, opening round of the playoffs here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard in their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Norlee General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norlee Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norlee General Hospital? Call Norlee at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
And that will put a wrap on your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services, your friends out in the oil patch. WH and the whole Stone family, proud supporters of all Lee County High School athletics. Welcome to Albuquerque Academy. I'm TJ Miracle as we get ready for the first game in this best-of-3 series between your number 14 Lovington Wildcats and the number 3 Academy Chargers. On the hill for the Chargers, you have got, that will be, if I can find it, there we go. It'll be number 10, Matthew Delaney. Delaney is a senior, and looking at the pitching stats for Delaney, and of course, as soon as I want them, they disappear. That's the way it normally works. Delaney, a perfect 6-0 on the season, and he has a .45 ERA. So he has absolutely dealt things this season. So Lovington going to have a tough road against the senior hurler for these Academy Chargers. I think the key for Lovington is going to be get on early. Get on the board early if you can. Make Academy play from behind. Both teams, Lovington averaging 8 runs a game, Academy right at 9. Both of them slightly under those numbers, but close enough for government work, as they say. So they're going to have to get to the senior ace, Chris Alexander early if they can. So the throwdown, and we are ready to go on a beautiful afternoon for baseball to open up the 2025 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. Thanks for being with us, HobbsAmerica.com, Lovington Sports YouTube. Big thanks to all of our sponsors who make it possible for us to bring you these games, buy the rights, and then bring it to you free of charge. So, leading it off for the Wildcats, Jaden Gutierrez, the junior, is up, and he is ready, and Delaney will kick and fire, and the first pitch is in there, called strike one. So Gutierrez watches strike one into the glove of Rounds. Gutierrez hitting .371 on the year, on base percentage a little over 400. Delaney, the quick worker, kicks and deals, swung on, and that one is heading to one of the practice fields over to our right. Now Gutierrez trailing in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first just underway. Ryan Weiser waits on deck, then it'll be Micah Pondo. Gutierrez back in, settles in, slightly closed stance as Delaney kicks and fires, and that one is going to miss away for ball number 1. Trying to get a chase, did not get it there. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Gutierrez. Outfield playing deep. Pretty much straight up. Everybody pretty much their normal positions. The 1-2, that one sails a little bit. More than just a little bit. But nobody on, no harm, no foul, as it will get away from the catcher Rounds. But nobody on, as I mentioned, so no big deal. Rounds will flash the signs out. Delaney ready to go, sets at the belt, kicks and fires. Curveball swung on. That'll be up the middle, sliding over to get it in the hole at second is Gallardo. Over to first and in time. And a good play made. The blue and white thought he might have beat it out. The red and white happy about it. Scored 4-3 for out number 1. A good play deep in the hole by Gallardo. And then got the throw over. So 1 down for the Wildcats as Ryan Weiser to the plate. Rhino, the senior left fielder, hitting .370 on the season. And if he can get on, he can cause havoc on the base paths. So Delaney ready to go as Round sets up on the outside. The first pitch, curveball is in there, called strike 1. See, with the late movement on that, more like a sweeper or a cutter. The 0-1, no matter how you look at it, I kind of have some netting in my way, so it's going to be a little hard sometimes for me to pick up pitches, as that one will miss low and away and even things up at a ball and a strike. Mike Pondo waits on deck for the Cats. As Weiser back in, Delaney ready to go. And swung on and missed as just ran that fastball by him. And it is a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So the 1-2 count to Weiser at the plate, 1 down for the Cats. Some noise out of the Wildcat dugout. Weiser chokes up just a little bit. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one will be low for ball number 2. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ryan Weiser, the senior left fielder, I know he's played pretty much everywhere over the course of his career, but settling in at left field this season. Round sets up outside, and the kick and the pitch, curveball swung on, and that one's out of play over the Academy dugout to the right, and so the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count is Weiser back in. Delaney working from pretty much right in the middle of the rubber. Round sets high, and the 2-2 pitch, fastball swung on. Weiser shoots that one over behind us to the practice area for, looks like, the hammer throw event for the track team. So Weiser's fought off a couple pretty good pitches to stay alive at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Winner of this game will move on into the quarterfinal round next week, which becomes a knockout round. We'll talk more about that as we move through. Another 2-2 delivery and swung on and missed. Got him with the curveball. Gets away from the catcher rounds, though, and Weiser on the move. Throw down, not going to be in time. And so it will be a strikeout, but the passed ball puts Weiser on first. So first K of the ball game, but with the catcher not able to hold on to it, Weiser will move down to first. So I'm going to actually call that one because it was in the dirt. I'm going to call that one the pass ball as Rounds got a hand on it. So now Micah Pondo to the plate, just one down as Lovington gets an absolute gift. And Pondo with some pop in the bat. Lovington 7 home runs on the season as a team, and I want to say 5 of them are Micah's. And that one is in the dirt for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Sorry, I apologize in advance for the camera work. I am, like I said, flying solo. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Williams holding on. Weiser throw over, and Rhino back in under the tag. Pretty good move there from Delaney. We'll have to watch that as we get deeper into the game. Williams holding on the runner. Double play depth. Swung on and missed as runs a high fastball by Pondo. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the Wildcats trying to take advantage of an academy miscue. About a half step over there for Weiser. 1-1 pitch, and that will be the fastball away for ball number 2. Micah, the senior catcher, hitting .515 on the season. He is the biggest punch in the Wildcat lineup power-wise. And, of course, things can sail here in Albuquerque. And the pitch swung on, and that one will sail over to the field event practice area and even things up at 2-2. Again, beautiful facilities here at Albuquerque Academy. And a absolutely perfect day for baseball. Weiser leads off first. Williams holds him on. Infield double play depth swung on, and Pondo gets just a piece of that one to stay alive. And we'll do 2-2 again. So Delaney's had a little trouble getting the Wildcats. He's got to 2 strikes on all of them. And the Cats have all fought off some pitches. Of course, you got to think about your pitch count when you're dealing with high school baseball. You are limited as to how many you can throw. Lovington wants to work that pitch count up against the Academy ace. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot foul over past Coach Cruz in the third base box. And so Pondo will see another pitch, fights off another tough one to stay alive. 1 out, runner at first for the Wildcats. Outfield playing deep, as you would expect for Pondo. 2-2 on the way again, and that one will sail high for ball 3. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count as Pondo runs it full to Delaney. Delaney with pretty good zip on that fastball. We've already seen he's got a curve and a cutter. I would imagine there's a change in the arsenal somewhere, too. Gets what he wants, the payoff pitch. Fastball in there, called strike 3 on the outside corner as Pondo watches it into the glove. So now 2 down for the Wildcats, and that will bring the cleanup hitter Juan Sepulveda to the plate. Sepulveda, the DH, hitting in place of Ethan Gonzalez, hitting .351 on the year. Juan seeing a lot more at-bats this season for Coach Cruz's squad. Middle infielder still playing closer to double play. Going to try and cut that lead if it's on the ground. First pitch fastball outside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Weiser at first reached on the passed ball on a strike 3 call. Another quick pickoff attempt, and Weiser barely in under the tag. Remember I said you got to watch that move from Delaney. It is deceptively quick. Williams will hold Weiser on. Delaney kicks and fires. That'll be the curveball, and it is in there, called strike 2. So right down the pipe. So now plate protection time for Juan Sepulveda. Delaney from the stretch, and he'll deal the 0-2. That one sails up and away. Rounds out of the crouch to stop that one. And runs the count to a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Sepulveda, the cleanup hitter at the plate. 2 down for the Cats. As Delaney ready, deals, and that one will be in there. Called strike three. Weiser was going on the play, but that one at the knees, late break. And so in an interesting way, the side is struck out for Delaney. So Lovington puts a man on, though, but can't move him around as we head to the bottom of the first. Lovington 0, Academy to the plate. You're listening to the Lovington Wildcats and the Academy Chargers and watching, too, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
In the top of the first, the Wildcats no runs on no hits. One error committed that put a runner on, and that runner got left stranded. Welcome back to Academy High School. Game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Game 2 and possibly Game 3 will be tomorrow. It'll be Andrew Olson leading it off for Academy. He'll be followed by Matthew Delaney and then Ryan Williams. That's 1, 2, 3 for the Chargers. Your defensive alignment for the Wildcats, Ethan Gonzalez is on the hill. Pondo is his battery mate. Sanchez, Gutierrez, Madrid, and Paredes around the infield first to third. Weiser, Ochoa, Lujan in the outfield from left to right. Ethan Gonzalez comes in with a 2-3 record on the season and a 4.95 ERA. Usually Ethan most effective the first couple of times through the lineup. Then sometimes he can struggle just a little bit when you get to that third time through. So Olson will lead it off. 339 as a team for this Academy Charger squad. So Olson hitting 363. Matter of fact, only one of their starters hitting under 300. That's E.J. Gallardo. So Ethan ready to go, the quick worker, as he will deal. The first one is going to miss outside for ball number 1. We are underway, bottom of the second inning, no score, bottom of the first inning. Don't want to move this one along that fast. So 1 ball, no strike count to Olson. Gonzalez ready to go, and he'll deal the fastball right down the pipe, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count to the senior center fielder. Pondo sets up well outside, and that one will snap high. He might have meant to throw the cutter there, but it came out of the hand funny, and that will be ball number 2. Gonzalez, an extremely quick worker. The 2-1 pitch swung on. That one will be popped up over on the right side. Could be trouble. Lujan on the run. Gets into foul ground and is just going to watch that one drop harmlessly. But Fidencio, for a big kid, has some awful good legs on him and nearly runs that one out. But ultimately just not quite able to get to it. With the wind blowing slightly in, blowing from right to left and slightly in with the east-southeast winds. Probably line drives would be better than pop-ups today. And the pitch, that one will be high for ball number 3. Looked like Gonzalez overthrew that one just a little bit. So you got a full count to the leadoff hitter, Andrew Olson. Pondo flashes the sign. Gonzalez ready to go, and the payoff pitch fastball swung on. That one will be popped up, and that one's going to get over everybody's head and back to the JV field behind us, and we will reset and do it again. And, of course, where I am, if it comes over just right, I will probably get clunked in the head. I have trouble picking up the baseball anymore. I'm going to blame the trifocals. If you ask my high school coaches, I never picked it up that well anyway. And the payoff pitch once again, and that one is at the knees, right in there. Called strike 3. Ring him up and sit him down. Olson going to argue about it. What we have discovered is if you start heading to first before the call, you will be called out every single time. And Olson kind of arguing a little bit. Coach Alexander telling him, get on back in the dugout. You're all right. So that'll be the senior Matthew Delaney. Pitcher-on-pitcher duel, first one we have seen this afternoon. So one down, nobody on. Gonzalez ready to deal, and that one will be popped up over on the left side. Heading back for it is Paredes into foul ground, and Madrid calls him off and dives for it. Can't get it as deep as that one went. It probably should have been Weiser's, but it'll wind up just being a long strike one. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work. I am flying solo in this one. It winds up just being a long strike one. Delaney well out in front of that one. I think he was expecting maybe a fastball, and I think Ethan may have thrown him the curve, and that'll be a fastball belt high, and Delaney probably not going to see a better pitch than that all afternoon, and it'll make it a no-ball, two-strike count quickly. And as soon as Delaney sets, Gonzalez ready to go, and the 0-2 pitch, and that fastball is in there, outside corner, ring him up, sit him down. Called strike three, back-to-back K's looking. And the Wildcats so far matching here early. So two down now in the bottom of the first inning as the junior first baseman Ryan Williams to the plate. Williams, 347 batting average, and he'll take the first pitch high, fastball. And that will be ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Gonzalez trying to get out of the first with a clean inning, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one going to be just a little bit high for ball number two. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Williams finds a way on Corbett Thomas, waits on deck. 2-0 delivery, a favorable count generally for the hitter, and that one will be low for ball number three. The way the pitches are going against Williams, I have a feeling they're not exactly pitching around him, but they're not going to give him much to do just a whole lot with either, I've got to think. Pondo sets up on the outside and the 3-0 pitch, and that one will be in there, called strike one. Take sign obviously on there for Williams. Outfield deep, infield playing pretty well straight up. Pitch, and that one will be high for ball four. Williams probably should have waited about another half breath before he took off, but he will get the walk. First one of the ball game issued, and that'll bring the cleanup hitter Corbett Thomas to the plate. Thomas hitting .459 on the year for the senior right fielder. So now a runner over at first, and the first pitch is going to be in there, called strike one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Williams stands at first. Sanchez will hold him on over there. Quick pitch, and that one will be a slow roller, but foul. So Thomas quickly down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. As Gonzalez checking over into the dugout. Pondo heading back behind the dish. Sanchez holding the runner on over at first. Williams, pretty good lead over there, and he will go, and that one's going to be swung on and hit into right field. That one is carrying Fidencio back and makes the grab just in front of the track, so the fly out to right ends the Academy threat here in the first. No score after an inning of play. Lovington Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment. Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
For Academy in the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1 runner stranded. We head to the top of the second. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Wildcats. That's Patrick Sanchez, Cam Ochoa, and Fidencio Lujan. Welcome back to the Duke City. I'm TJ Miracle. Thank you for being with us on this gorgeous afternoon as we start the 2025 state baseball playoffs. Of course, while we've got a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. You hear their ads. So when you need something locally, be sure you support those folks that support your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. They make sure that we never have to charge you or beg you for donations, and we appreciate them very much for that. So Sanchez, the senior first baseman, steps in to face Delaney, 3-13 on the year. And the first pitch will be a fastball belt high as Patrick going to watch that one for strike number one. So the no ball, one strike count. Everybody playing pretty well straight up. Infield and outfield, and the pitch, and another great pitch as that one a little late cut on it at the end. And crosses through the zone for strike number two. So a no ball, two strike count. Brown sets up well outside. Delaney kicks and fires, and that fastball outside corner called strike three. Patrick watches it, and that'll be the fourth K of the ball game for Delaney. And there is one down here in the top of the second. Of course, you got to remember Delaney under a half run on the ERA and is a perfect 6-0. So now the senior Cam Ochoa to the plate. Cammon 276 on the year. But kind of like Weiser, if he can get on base, he can cause some havoc. Brown sets up on the outside, and the first pitch fastball deals that one knee high for a called strike one. So the no ball, one strike count. Again, everybody playing pretty well straight up. Delaney, a quick worker, not as fast as Gonzalez, but pretty darn fast, and swung on and missed. A little late break on the cutter. Puts Ochoa down, no balls, two strikes, so he's going to have to go plate protection mode here. He'll choke up just a touch, and that pitch is going to just miss outside with the fastball. And that will be ball number one. So a one ball, two strike count to Cam Ochoa. Cammon back in, right side box towards the middle. Neutral stance for Cammon. And the 1-2 pitch, and that breaking ball breaks out of the zone and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Fidencio Lujan waits on deck. As Delaney will deal the 2-2, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike number 3. And a drop by Rounds, but he will tag Ochoa before he can get out of the box. And so back-to-back Ks. Matter of fact, all 5 outs that have been recorded have been via the strikeouts. And now Fidencio Lujan will step to the plate. The junior right fielder hitting 276. Of course, saw his first playoff action a couple of years ago as a freshman across town over at Valley. Lovington missing the dance last year. First pitch to Fidencio. The one lefty in the lineup is on the inside corner, called strike one. Fidencio finds a way on. Paredes waits on deck. And the line and the pitch swung on and missed. As Lujan going after the cutter and is now down 0-2. 0 ball, 2 strike count. 0-2 delivery, and that one is going to just miss low. Pretty good pitch, and the red and white faithful thinking so too. But just a touch low for ball number 1. Delaney has what he wants. Round sets up outside. 1-2 delivery swung on, and that one is popped up into shallow right center field. The center fielder comes out. That is Olson. Takes about 15 steps on the run into the gap and will make the grab for out number 3. So Lovington goes 1-2-3 in their half of the second. An inning and a half in the books, no score. Wildcat playoff baseball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, They have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. The Cats go 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Due up for Academy. That'll be Joseph Rounds, A.J. Leonard, and Daniel Candelas. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on this Friday afternoon. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. So the sophomore catcher will step in, and he will take the first pitch right down the pipe for strike number 1. You know, the 0-1 count. Rounds hitting .310 on the year. Line in the pitch, and that fastball inside corner for strike number 2. Pondo was set up on the outside. I think maybe a little bit of a cross up there. Gonzalez put it on the inside. It worked. And quickly the 0-2 pitch got him swinging on an 0-2. It gets away from Micah, and he bobbles it, tosses it down to first, but not going to be in time. And so it will be a K in the books, but the passed ball will put a runner at first. Third strikeout of the game for Gonzalez. And now A.J. Leonard to the plate as I get the camera adjusted. And so a base runner on via an error for Albuquerque Academy. So now the junior D.H. Leonard hitting .304. He's ready to go. He's got the neutral stance. And the first pitch will be on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a 0 1 strike count. I don't think that's Rounds out running. I'll have to check the number and the pitch, and that one will be away. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Of course, you're allowed a courtesy runner in high school baseball for the pitcher and catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Leonard. Pitch swung on, and that one is heading over to the field events practice area for strike number 2. So the 0 2 strike count. And actually, Rounds is running for himself. He's getting a big lead out there in the pitch, and that one is going to miss low for ball number 2. So a 2 2 strike count. Sanchez holds on the runner at first. Both teams have had passed ball errors that have put runners on in the early going of this one. 2-2 delivery, and that one will float away and run the count full. First full count worked by a Charger hitter this afternoon, turning into evening. Rounds with the big leadoff. Gonzalez from the stretch sets at the belt, and timeout asked for by Leonard and granted. Of course, no matter the outcome of this one, we'll have game 2 of this series tomorrow, and the payoff pitch, and that one will miss low for ball 4. So the second walk issued by Gonzalez, and now runners at first and second, and Academy going to try and do some damage here in the bottom of the second. So I'll have the freshman Daniel Candelas to the plate, hitting .304 on the year, and with a couple of his buddies out on the base paths. Lovington, Shaden Gutierrez towards the bag at second. Sanchez is in at first. Infield coming in. Going to try and cut off something on the ground. First pitch to Candelas. That one will be low for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. 2 on, nobody out. Gonzalez finds himself in a little bit of a jam here in the second. Takes the look in for Pondo. Has what he wants, and Candelas shows bunt, pulls it back. Shouldn't have. It was a strike. And evens the count at a ball and a strike. Be interesting to see if Coach Alexander's serious about going small ball here, if he's going to let Candelas swing away now. Shortstop, you got to think he's probably got some pretty good speed, and that one going to miss away for ball number 2. Ethan all around the zone, but having a little trouble finding it here in the second. The runners with their leads off of their bases, respectively, first and second. And that one will, I don't know where it missed, but it missed for ball 3. Looked pretty good, and I am just slightly offset behind the plate, so not going to complain. So now a 3-1 count to Candelas. Leonard at first, round 1 pitch, and that one's away for ball 4. And back-to-back walks has loaded him up for Academy. Candelas heads to first, Leonard to second, Rounds to third. And now it'll be senior E.J. Gallardo, the second baseman, to the plate. As Coach Cruz going to cruise on out to the mound. He wants to see if he can settle his senior pitcher down. Go ahead and get that adjusted. See if we can get third base in there and keep the lead in. I may have to adjust the camera just a touch. So, yep, we can get the plate and we can get third in there too now. So, all right, we should be all right there. Again, I apologize in advance for the shoddy camera work. So the meeting at the mound is over. Got to think that Coach Cruz just trying to settle everything down. And so now the senior Gallardo will step to the plate after back-to-back walks. And the Chargers with an opportunity to blow things open here in the second. As the line in the first pitch, that one will be popped up sky high on the right side. As coming over is Gutierrez and calls everybody off on the pitching side of the cutout. The Gallardo pops it up. Air traffic control has been notified, and there is one down. And hitter Jace Gaviladon, freshman third baseman, to the plate, hitting .347 on the year. But nowhere to put him. So the bottom of the lineup going to try and do some damage, as that one is going to get away from the catcher, and that will cash a run in on a wild pitch. So Rounds will score on the wild pitch. And it is a 1-0 lead now for Academy. Leonard moves to third. Candelas to first, and it's ball one to Gavaldon. 1 ball, no strike count. 1 run across for Academy, still nobody out. Ethan has his signs, he'll set, he'll deliver, swung on. That one is high in the air, curling out into right field. On the run, Lujan gets it on the basket catch, tagging up at third, throw in, not gonna be in time. Good throw from Fidencio Lujan, but not in time, so it'll be a sac RBI to right. And that'll cash Leonard in and make this a 2-0 Academy lead. So now we'll turn it back over to the top of the lineup. Olson now with 2 outs. And a runner at third, 2 runs across. Olson struck out his last time up. I think I mentioned earlier Leonard, first full count. Actually, Olson took the count full. Got to learn to read my own handwriting. So 0 for 1, and that one is high in the air to shallow right field. Going over is Gutierrez, almost colliding with Lujan, but making the grab on the fly out to the second baseman. And that will bring the inning to an end, but 2 runs come across for Academy. They lead this one 2-0. We head to the third as Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. For Academy, they cash in 2 runs, no hits, 1 error committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left on base. We have played 2, and it is Academy leading this one by a score of 2-0. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Hope you are having a fantastic Friday afternoon. Wherever you're watching, we appreciate that. HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington Sports YouTube, please subscribe. And, of course, we are also on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Well, I guess Facebook decided it liked us today. It does not always happen, but it decided it liked us today. So due up for your Wildcats as we get this third inning underway. It'll be 8-9-1. Auden Paredes, Jude Madrid, then Jaden Gutierrez. So Paredes hitting .382 on the year for the sophomore third baseman as Delaney will kick and fire fastball away. And that will be ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. 2-0 in favor of Academy as they take advantage of walks and an error to score. And the pitch swung on and missed as Paredes takes a big cut at a fastball. And the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Of course, we'll be back here game 2 tomorrow morning. 11 o'clock, we'll be on around 10:45. Round sets up. Delaney deals. Curveball, that's in there. Called strike 2. Nice pitch there. Throws the cutter more than he does the curve, but the curve very effective right there. And the 1-2 pitch fastball swung on and missed as Paredes will go down swinging. That'll be the 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll be the 6th K of the ball game for Delaney, and there is 1 down for the Wildcats as the 8th grader Jude Madrid to the plate. So Madrid, just an 8th grader, hitting .250 in his first varsity season. So his first playoff at bat of what you hope is many, and he will wave at strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Lovington still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Pitch fastball away. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Delaney, very good pitcher. He sometimes kind of overthrows it a little bit. Hasn't really cost him, though, here early. There's the wind and the 1-1 pitch, and that one swung on, and that one is going out over the dugouts, press boxes, stands, bathroom, going down to the football field. And it'll be strike 2. Madrid putting a pretty good hack on it, but just getting underneath it. Now down in the count, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch curveball swung on, and that'll be a chopper over to the left side that'll go foul. So the foul ball keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-2 count, 1 down. Here in the top of the third, Lovington trailing by 2-0. That's what the scoreboard reads. That's what my book reads, so I'm going to go with it. And I'm pretty sure that's right. And the wind and the 1-2 pitch, fastball up and away. Evens things up at a ball and a strike, or rather 2 balls and 2 strikes. Read your own handwriting, TJ. So the 2-ball, 2 strike count. Madrid settles back in. Delaney has what he wants. The high leg kick and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the cutter. And back-to-back Ks. And there is 2 down for the Cats here in their half of the second. So now they'll turn it back over to Jaden Gutierrez. Jaden grounded out to the second baseman Gallardo to lead things off back in the first. As the shadows start to move across the field. Not an issue yet. First pitch to Jaden, and that one will be at the knees. Good pitch, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep, infield playing pretty well straight up. Hamilton in right at the edge of the grass over at third. Pitch got him to chase as Jaden knows it too as he goes after a high fastball out of the zone. Free strike there for Delaney. You can't do that. Pitcher that's got under a 1 ERA. So now an 0-2 count and the delivery fastball in there, called strike 3. That'll be the 8th strikeout of the ball game for the pitcher Delaney, and Lovington goes 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the third. It is Academy 2, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard in their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
The Cats go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Academy Chargers. That'll be Delaney, Williams, and Thomas. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for spending some of your time with us on this Friday evening. So as Delaney steps in, he is 0 for 1. Strikeout victim back in the first. But we will have another pitcher-on-pitcher duel as the infield gathers around. There's senior hurler Ethan Gonzalez. While we've got half a second. Oh, actually, it'll be Josiah Gauna. I missed that one. So Gauna going to come in relief. I'll get you Josiah's numbers in just a minute. So Gauna coming in relief. Gonzalez done after 2. Leaves with a no-hitter, but 2 runs on the board. And the first pitch from Gauna will be outside for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Josiah, the quick worker, fastball swung on, and that one is high in the air to deep left field. That could be trouble. It's back, and off of the wall as Weiser had to pull up to keep from slapping the wall, and it'll be a leadoff stand-up double for Matthew Delaney. A lot of other days, that one is probably out of here. Rhino having to pull up. He was running flat out. Didn't want to smack into the wall out there. But a ringer. So Witten will run for the pitcher, Delaney. So Witten stands at first, or rather at second. And now it'll be Williams to the plate. And Williams will take the first pitch high and away for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Josiah Gauna taking over on the hill in relief. Pitch, and that one is away for ball number 2. 2-ball, no strike count. Final line for Ethan Gonzalez. Goes 2 complete innings, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. And the pitch swung on and missed. Gauna runs that one by him for strike number 1. So 1 of the runs was earned. And he doesn't give up any hits. And the pitch, and that one is in there, called strike 2. Evens things up at 2-2. Good pitch from Gauna. Gauna pretty much the full assortment for the senior hurler, and he'll deal the 2-2 fastball, and that one's going to be outside for ball number 3. So it'll run the count full to Williams at the plate. Runner at second is Witten, running for the pitcher Delaney. Pretty good lead out there, and the payoff pitch swung on and missed, and ring him up and sit him down. 4th K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching, and there is 1 down. So now Corbett Thomas will step to the plate. We're gone on the season, 2-5 record, a 6.85 ERA. Checks on the runner, and now he'll come home, and that one will be high for ball number 1 to Thomas. Thomas flew out to right his last time up. So he is 0 for 1. Gauna checks, delivers. That'll be a chop shot foul over past Coach Alexander in the third base coaching box. Evens things up at a ball and a strike, so the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Gutierrez at second, shading over to keep Witten honest over at second. Everybody else pretty much their normal positions, outfield deep and straight away. Lujan's actually come in a little bit right, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. It is handled by the third baseman Paredes, and he will make the long throw across the diamond in time to get the out. So Thomas will be out 5-3 for out number 2. It will move Witten down to third. So there's 2 down now, as that'll bring Rounds to the plate. Rounds actually struck out his last time up, but reached on a passed ball error. So Rounds to the plate. One of the two runs across. He will step in 0 for 1. It'll be his first time facing Ghana, and Ghana, with the slider, slides it by him for strike number 1. So the 0-1 count. Slider, cutter, fastball, curve, changeup for Ghana. And the pitch, that'll be I think that's the cutter, and it misses. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ghana not going to overpower you. He's going to get you with great movement, and there's the curveball, but it won't drop. At least not enough, and it'll be ball 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count, runner at third, 2 down. Academy trying to Frankenstein another run on the board, and that pitch is away, and it'll get away from Pondo, and the wild pitch will cash in the run. So score that one as a wild pitch and a run scored. And ball 3 at the plate to Rounds. So the run scores. The double and then the infield shot down the line, and then a wild pitch puts a run home. 3-1 delivery. Curveball swung on and missed. And even runs the count full now to Rounds. Wind starting to pick up and shift a little bit more to the east here as the sun starts dipping down. Swung on and getting a piece of that one to stay alive is Rounds. So Rounds shoots it out of play, and we'll live to see another pitch. So the base is clear, 2 outs, but a run across for Academy. They lead this one 3-0, bottom of the 3rd. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot, going to drop in out into shallow left field as Weiser will come over and will toss it in quickly to Madrid. And it'll be a 2-out single to left for Rounds. And so now it'll be A.J. Linhart to the plate. Linhart walked and scored an inning ago. So now a runner at first for the junior DH. Rounds, big lead off of first. Ghana checks him, comes to the plate, and that one will be high for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count, 2 down, but a run across for Academy. Trying to go up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. Determines who continues on in the state playoffs, and that'll be a hard shot, foul down the third baseline. Got around on that one a little early. That had run-scoring double written all over it, very close. Went foul just before it got to the bag at third. And so runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Pondo, Ghana going to exchange the ball out. Runner at first is Rounds, who had the 2-out single. Sanchez holds him on. Swung on, and that one's back into the chain link for strike number 2 to Leonard. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Josiah Ghana taking over on the mound after 2 innings of work from Ethan Gonzalez. I have to think part of that might have been his pitch count. They may be thinking about pulling him in relief tomorrow. Huge lead at first for Rounds. Darren Ghana to try and pick him off. And the curveball not going to drop enough. Ghana has that noon to 6 breaker. Hangs up. If he brings that one down and doesn't break like that, it is probably going to go a long way. As will most hanging curves. And the 2-2 pitch fastball swung on. That'll be a chop shot. Madrid gets it on the run, fires it across the diamond in time to Sanchez. 6-3 for out number 3. But a run comes across for Academy. We head to the 4th. It is Academy 3, Lovington nothing. Lovington Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Norlee General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norlee Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norlee General Hospital? Call Norlee at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Welcome back for the Academy Chargers. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left on. As we head to the top of the 4th inning for Lovington, leading it off, it will be Ryan Weiser, followed by Micah Pondo, then Juan Sepulveda. 2-3-4 due up for the Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle. While we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Wildcat and Lady Cat athletics possible. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their ads. So when you are shopping or looking for services, be sure that you use those businesses, support those businesses that support your kids. It's because of those folks that we never have to charge you, like unfortunately too many schools, too many organizations do, never have to charge you to watch and listen to your kids and teams play. And we never have to beg you for donations either. So big thanks to those folks. So Rhino will step in. He struck out but then reached on a pass ball. So he won officially. And the first pitch to Rhino as Delaney just blows that one by him. Fastball, strike number 1. All right, let me get the camera adjusted again. Wind kind of moving me around a little bit here. So no ball, 1 strike count. Delaney kicks and fires. That one will be low. Things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count as the exchange gets away from Delaney. Winner of this one will go on to play the winner of Bloomfield and Deming on Thursday next week. So the 1-1 count to Weiser at the plate. Delaney fires, and that one, the bottom drops out of it, and it drops below the zone for ball number 2. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Weiser leading it off. Lovington in a 3-0 hole here, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot over to first. Takes a funny bounce as the first baseman gets to it and fires it over to first, but not in time as Delaney covering, and he's going to ask for an appeal on the home plate umpire. Ryan Weiser lagging it out. That one takes a funny hop, and so I'm going to score that as an infield single because it took the hop before it got to Williams. So first hit of the ball game for the Wildcats, and can they use a lucky bounce to get back into this ball game? Academy's argued a couple of one a strikeout, now arguing a little bit on the call out at first. Coach Alexander going to come over and ask about it. Ump tells him, nope, he made it. So now it'll be Micah Pondo. Micah steps in 0 for 1, but now a runner at first, nobody out. Lovington going to try and get the line moving if they can through the heart of the lineup. Delaney will kick and fire the curveball back into the screening for strike 1. I could just getting underneath that one a little bit and shooting it foul. Delaney from the stretch sets at the belt. And the pitch, and that one will be away. Rounds tries to frame it. Ump not buying it, and things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Weiser with the infield single at first, being held on by Williams. Pickoff attempt. Rhino back in under the tag. And Delaney with a pretty good move. We saw him and Weiser kind of play a game of chicken over there back in the first. 1-1 pitch to Micah, and that one will be outside for ball number 2. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Nobody out, runner at first. Wind's getting a little gusty, up to 25 miles an hour now. A little bit of nip to it as Weiser goes as the throw down from Rounds. It's going to be on the shortstop side of the bag. Weiser beats it out easily. So now Lovington with a man in scoring position. And it was ball 3 to Pondo at the plate. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count. So the 3-1 count. Now runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Takes off the conventional double play. And Dallas at short. Over to keep Weiser honest. Now he'll trot back where he goes, and that'll be a chop shot and backhanded by the third baseman. He will toss it across to Williams in time. Gallardo to the first baseman. Oh, they're going to say that Micah beat it out. And so you were going to put Wildcats at the corners. Nope, they're going to say he got him. So Pondo will be out 5-3 for out number 1, but it does move Weiser over to third. And so now it'll be Sepulveda to the plate as Coach Cruz going to ask if Pondo beat it out. He's going to appeal it. Not going to get anywhere with it. They're going to ask the first base umpire. We do have a 3-man ump crew here. Coach Cruz is going to go out and ask to speak to that ump. It was a close play as Gabaldon made a strong throw to Williams. Had to backhand it and then turn around, set his feet, and transfer it. And Micah with good speed. As the coach continues to plead his case out there with the right side umpire. Got a home plate umpire. Right side, left side ump. So Coach Cruz, I guess, knowing he's not going to win that one, pats the blue on the back and then heads back over to the dugout. So now Sepulveda to the plate, Juan 0 for 1. Was a strikeout victim his last time up, but now Lovington's through the lineup a full time. Let's see if they can start picking up on what Delaney's doing. Trailing 3-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch, and that one will be up and away for ball number 1 as the wind starts blowing pretty good here. Tumbleweed blowing right in front of me. That's interesting. You don't expect that in Albuquerque. And the pitch, check swing. Did he go? He didn't go, but it wouldn't have mattered. It was a strike on the outside corner on the splitter. Runner at third is Weiser with good speed. Lovington trailing 3-0. Sepulveda at the plate, a 1-1 count. And Weiser trying to steal home the pitch in, and he's going to be burned down. They tried it, and it caught him as he came in hard, and Coach Cruz is going to come over and, yep. And so Weiser is actually going to be out trying to steal home. That'll be 1-2 for out number 2. And it was strike 2 at the plate, so let me get all that corrected up there. And the pitch, that one is going to miss to Juan. Evens things up at 2-2. So trying to steal home with Weiser, I like the call. Swung on and missed as Sepulveda goes down on strikes. That'll be the 9th K of the ball game for Delaney, and so Lovington gets its first hit of the ball game, but still goes 1-2-3 in very unconventional fashion. So halfway through this one, it is Academy 3, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues in just a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
For the Wildcats in the top of the 4th, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Ryan Weiser caught trying to steal home plate. So we will head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Academy Chargers as the shadows start spreading across the valley here in the Duke City. Rain looks like out to the west over by Rio Rancho. And so now it'll be Candelas leading it off. He walked his last time up, was left stranded. As Ghana still on the bump, and he will twirl the first one outside for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. A 3-0 Academy lead here in the bottom of the 4th at the halfway mark of this one. Game one of this best-of-3 series. That curveball hit high in the air, out to deep left center, going back and back and back, and that one is going to bounce off the wall. Cameron Ochoa bobbles it around, but will get it in quickly to Gutierrez, and it is a leadoff double for Candelas, the freshman. Shot it out there. Again, if the wind's not gusting 25 miles an hour in, that one may get out of here. This is a team with some pop, 19 dingers as a team in 25 games. So now E.J. Gallardo to the plate. He popped out to Gutierrez his last time up. So he is 0 for 1 officially. So Gallardo steps in as the Chargers trying to put some more runs on the board. Gone will check on the runner. And Gallardo, kind of an interesting bunt attempt, keeps the bat more or less vertical and kind of slaps at it for strike one. You see that in softball some, but not so much in baseball. I know I'll get off the bunt being a lost art kick at one point in my life, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air, out to deep left center. The wind's going to catch it, blow it in. Weiser has to run in and grab that when he started back. Then the wind caught it, and you could just kind of see it push it back in. Weiser has to run in, uses his speed to do that, so it'll be a fly out to left for out number 1. Sounded pretty good off the bat, but again, you get it up high in this wind, which is now gusting, like I said, 25 to 30 miles an hour, and it could be problems. So now Jace Gallardo to the plate, had a sac RBI fly his last time up, 0 for 0 with an RBI. Still got a runner at second and timeout asked for by Gallardo after Ghana had already started his wind. Just let that go a couple of times. So Gabaladon, the freshman, will step in to face Ghana. Saya kicks and deals, and that one will be away for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Just a reminder for you, Lovington Lady Cats will be in action tomorrow, hosting the softball quad starting at 1. And that'll be ball 2 at 8. So we'll have game 2 of the baseball series, Lovington Sports YouTube, tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Then the Lovington girls on Lovington Sports YouTube starting at around 1. If there is a game 3 in this series, it'll be on Lee County News and Sports. That'll be a line shot that'll drop into left field. Weiser gets to it and fires it in quickly as Pondo gets to it behind the plate to keep the run from scoring as Rounds will wind up, or pardon me, that is Candelas who winds up over at third. But it'll be a single to left for Gabaldon. And so now Chargers at the corners and a bit of a jam here for Ghana. Turn it back over to Andrew Olson. Olson 0 for 2. Popped out to Gutierrez at second his last time up. He is 0 for 2. Struck out and a pop out. First pitch, and he'll show bunt. Bullet back as the ball will miss the zone, and that will be ball number 1. Again, if there is a game 3 in this series tomorrow, it'll be on Lovington Sports, or on Lee County News and Sports YouTube. Curveball swung on. That one is heading over our heads and out of play. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Chargers at the corners. And a 3-0 lead as time asked for. Is a little dirt moving around out there. And the wind shifting around and coming in pretty much down off the Sandias, or Sandia Peak to be exact, which is directly over right center. Beautiful backdrop, though, for baseball. There's a reason all the parks here in Albuquerque face this way. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to deep center field. Wind might catch it up. It will, hanging it up as Ochoa will get it just in front of the track, will fire it in, but it will give time for Candelas to tag up and score, and so Olson will have the sac fly RBI to center and make this a 4-0 Academy lead. So now it'll be Ryan Delaney to the plate with 2 down. Runner still over at first. He could have probably advanced, but Gabaldon chooses to stay at first. Now Delaney had a ringing double and scored his last time up. And he'll take the first pitch from Ghana, and it will get away from Pondo, go all back to the screen. And we'll allow Gabaldon to move to second on the pass ball, and it's ball one to Delaney at the plate. So the 1-ball, no strike count as Academy's sticks have started coming to life. They have started hitting Ghana, who's on in relief pretty hard. But they have stayed in the yard thus far. A couple of those, the wind, I think, has helped. That one will sail up and away for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. There we go. Runner at second is Gabaldon. Leads off pretty good, and the pitch will be low for ball number 3. So it'll be a 3-ball, no strike count. Of course, we've got all your Lee County playoff games this week and weekend. Started off with the small schools softball. 3-0, and that one in there called strike one. The take sign I've got to think on for Delaney there. Eunice and Gel softball on Wednesday. Of course, Lovington baseball. Hobbs softball today. 3-1 pitch and check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up. And so Delaney will work the walk and trot down to first. 4th walk given up by Wildcat pitching. And puts runners at first and second. Witten will be the courtesy runner. I get the camera adjusted there. So now it'll be Ryan Williams to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. Walked and was left stranded back in the first. So the Wildcats going to have a quick meeting as Coach Cruz going to come over, talk to the ump, and give an opportunity for his squad. And I think we are actually going to have a pitching change. That's going to be Sepulveda coming in to pitch. So they're talking about things. While we have a moment, big thank you to all the great folks who make Wildcat baseball and Wildcat sports possible. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You hear their ads. When you need something, a good, a service, a whatever, support those businesses that support your Wildcats and Lady Cats. And, yep, we will have a pitching change as it looks like Juan Sepulveda going to come in to take over on the mound as Lovington tries to keep this at a 4-0 ball game. So with the pitching change, we will take the time out. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
So welcome back here to Academy as the clouds are building, and we may get a little wet here in just a little while. Juan Sepulveda takes over on the hill, comes in relief. Sepulveda on the season with a 3-0 record, a 4.28 ERA for the junior DH, now turned relief pitcher. And so he will face Ryan Williams, the first baseman. He is 0 for 1, struck out his last time up, but a bit of a jam here As one run already across for Academy. Now runners at first and second. Witten at first, running for Delaney. Gabaldon at second. First pitch from the righty Sepulveda is a curve ball on the inside corner. Strike one to Williams. So the no ball, one strike count. Williams steps in with 2 out, 2 on. One run across for the Chargers. Pitch, and that one is going to nip the outside corner. Good curve ball. And now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes to the number 3 hitter for the Chargers. So Sepulveda trying to put out the fire. Has the sign, and the pitch curveball swung on, and that one is hit high in the air out to deep left center field, going back, and that is off the wall. Weiser gets it with the bare hand, but that'll score 1. That will score 2, and it is a 2 RBI double for Williams, who shoots that one out there. So Williams with the 2 RBI double will cash in Witten. He will cash in Gabaldon. And now it is a 6-0 ball game in favor of the Chargers. So that'll close the book on Ghana. He gives up 4 runs in an inning and 2/3 worth of work. So now the cleanup hitter Corbett Thomas to the plate, 0 for 2. And the first pitch will be a fastball away for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Now a 6-0 Charger lead as they've plated 3 here in the 4th. Trying to keep the line moving with the middle of their lineup up. That'll be low for ball 2. So the 2 ball, no strike count. Again, sorry about the wind noise. It's now blowing directly in, and the clouds are building. Swung on. That one will be fouled weakly over to the Academy dugout. Kind of cue shotting it off the end of the bat is Thomas. For strike 1. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep, infield pretty much their normal positions. Don't need to worry so much about the runner, just worry about the guy at the plate if you're the Cats. 2-1 pitch, and that one hits the outside corner on the sweeper and evens things up at Thomas to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Sepulveda on the hill. Pondo still the catcher. Infield still Sanchez, Gutierrez, Madrid, and Paredes, 1st to 3rd. And the pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. Thomas goes down swinging for the first time. That'll be the 5th strikeout for Wildcat pitching, but 3 runs come across for the Chargers. Lovington with a hole to dig out of. We head to the 5th. Lovington trailing Academy 6-0. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Academy gets 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left out on the base paths. Your line score through the first 4 for Academy, 6 runs on 5 hits. They've committed an error, and they have left 4 runners out on the base paths. For Lovington, no runs on 1 hit. They have also committed an error, and they have left 1 runner stranded. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Sanchez, Ochoa, and Lujan due up for the Wildcats as the winds continue to whip and howl from here in northeast Albuquerque. Sanchez, a strikeout victim his last time up as the ladies' first pitch he'll deal. That'll be a chop shot. It is handled by the third baseman, Gabaldon. The strong throw across the diamond to Williams is in time. 5-3. 1 pitch, 1 out. Very efficient out there for the senior hurler for the Chargers. So now it'll be Cam and Ochoa to the plate. Cam 0 for 1. Ochoa struck out his last time up. So 0 for 1. Lovington needing base runners to dig out of a 6-0 hole. As Cam shows bunt, pulls it back, and that one will sail outside for ball one. I can see the thinking there. Ochoa with good speed. Might be able to beat out a throw if he can lay it down pretty good. And the pitch swung on, and that one is back to the screening for strike number one. Still the 1-1 count. Ochoa at the plate. Everybody pretty much in normal positions. And the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot off the bounce. Gonna get it deep in the hole. It's short and fire it across Candelas to Williams. I thought that one had more on it than it did. I'm in a place I'm not used to sitting here, field level and right behind. Sounded good, but didn't get out there. It'll be 6-3 for out number two. So 2 down now for the Cats in their half of the fifth as Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Fidencio skied one to center his last time up. He is 0 for 1. So the Lovington lefty settles in, middle of the box, and that one going to sail on Delaney high for ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. We click past 6:15 on this Friday evening, game one of this best-of-3 series. Swung on and missed. Evens things up at a ball and a strike to Lujan. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. 2 down for the Wildcats, trailing 6-0, top 5. And ding dong, that's going to come in and get Fidencio. Ouch. I could hear that one. I'm not that far behind him, but it sounded like it hurt. So the first hit batter, and that is the first Lovington batter that's gotten on base for something other than a hit or an error. Now Lujan is hobbled. That one hit him in the thigh. He's not feeling too good. Is Coach Cruz going to come out? Yeah, he put on the heavy jacket. I probably should have brought my heavier jacket in. It's in the car. Note to self, TJ, when don't trust the weatherman, and when you've got your heavier jacket, bring it. And so Lujan going to have to check out after getting plunked by the Delaney fastball in the thigh. And so checking into courtesy run, trotting out to first will be actually that's number 17. That's Abraham Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, the junior, on to run for Lujan. So now on Paredes to the plate. Paredes 0 for 1. But Lovington with a man on first in the form of Rodriguez, who goes into pinch run for the injured Lujan. They hope Fidencio is okay. Well, we've got a second. Of course, game 2 tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, right back here at Albuquerque Academy on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. If we have a game 3 tomorrow, that game will shift over to Lee County News and Sports YouTube, but will also be on Hobbs America. So now on, Paredes will step in. 1 on, 2 outs. Lovington trails. And the curveball doesn't break enough, and that will be ball 1 to the sophomore third baseman for the Wildcats. Score update coming in from Carlsbad. Get that to you in just a moment. As the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. After the first inning, it is the Hobbs-led Eagles trying to pull the upset in the Carlsbad quad. They lead 2-1 in the second. Pickoff attempt, and Rodriguez diving back in and barely gets under the tag of Williams. Again, I've said it. I'll say it again. A very good pickoff move for Delaney and Lovington, sometimes aggressive on the base pass. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is at the knees, called strike 2. Wildcat faithful thinking that one was maybe a skosh low. The umpire not agreeing, and another pickoff attempt. Rodriguez dives back in. Of course, tomorrow we'll have the Lovington Lady Cats for you, too. They'll open their quad against Moriarty at 1 p.m. Don Morgan will have that for you. High for ball number 2 to Paredes. So it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count. There we go. Get all that working. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count to the number 8 hitter, Paredes. Runner at first is Rodriguez. And timeout asked for and granted by Paredes. Waiting for the wind to die down just a touch. I'd be fine with that as, it's becoming overcast. And 2-2 pitch, fastball just misses away as Delaney was heading to the dugout. Yeah, never head to the dugout or start heading to the dugout. It's just like on a walk. Never start going to first until the ump tells you you can. So that will run the count full now to Auden Paredes. And the pitch that's in there, called strike 3. Paredes down on strikes looking. That'll be the 10th K of the ball game for Delaney. And so Lovington puts a man on but can't move him around. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Academy 5, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
For the Wildcats, top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Academy leading game 1 of this best-of-3 series, 6-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us, and we will have Joseph Rounds, A.J. Leonard, and Daniel Candelas, so that'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for Academy. Game 2 of this series scheduled for 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, right back here at Academy High School. Academy, the number 3 team in the 2025 playoff bracket. Lovington 14. But coming a long way to just get back into the playoffs. So Sepulveda will stay on the hill. He'll face Rounds, who is 0 for 1, or rather 1 for 1. Struck out but reached on a passed ball and then scored in the second. Then had a single and was left stranded in the third. So he'll lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch will be high for ball number 1. So ball 1 to Rounds at the plate. Luan, the quick worker, all Lovington's pitching staff is. Swung on, and that one will be popped up and heads just over the press box and rolls down the hill towards the campus. And evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Luan sets at the letters. Little hesitation move, and the 1-1 pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is shot in the air, popped up into foul ground, and given chase is Sanchez not able to get there in time. He gave it everything he had, just couldn't quite get to it. But now Rounds down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count as Coach Weiser sending defensive signals out. Outfield is deep. Paredes actually a step or so, about a half step over towards the bag at third. And the pitch swung on, and that one is out of play over the Academy dugout on the first baseline. Count stays 1-2. So Sepulveda, the third Wildcat pitcher of the afternoon. Lovington trailing 6-0. Trying to keep it right there. Rounds leading it off for Academy as that one will be high. And evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lovington has had some problems hitting the Charger ace today. Just 1 hit through the first 5. As Sepulveda deals 2-2, swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. Rounds goes down swinging, and that'll be the 6th K of the ball game for Wildcat pitching. And so now it'll be A.J. Leonard to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to Madrid back in the third. Reached on a walk and scored in the second. Now Leonard will step in. 0 for 1. With 1 down and nobody on. First time he will face Sepulveda. Juan ready, and he will deal the curveball that does not curve. And that will be ball number 1. Don't want to throw that one in the zone. We do have a new right fielder. I believe that's Rodriguez staying in and right. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be low for ball 2. So now Rodriguez in right. You got Weiser, Ochoa, Rodriguez now, your new outfield after Fidencio Lujan got plunked with a fastball in the thigh and had to come out. 2-0 pitch on the way to Leonard, and that one will be outside for ball number 3. So it's a 3-ball, no strike count. Be interesting to see if the junior DH has a green light to go here. As Sepulveda deals, and that one will be away for ball number 4. So green light or not, he chooses not to swing at ball 4. 5th walk for the Wildcat pitching staff. So now it'll be Daniel Candelas to the plate. Candelas walked and was left stranded in the 2nd. Had a ringing double to left and scored in the 4th. So now 1 out, 1 on, and Candelas to the plate. Sepulveda now from the stretch, sets between the belt and the letters, comes to the plate, and that one is away for ball number 1. Sorry, let me get the camera adjusted. There we go. So the 1-ball, no strike count to Candelas at the plate. Sanchez holds Leonard on over at first. Infield at double play depth, and that one is going to nip the corner. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Potential weather may be moving in. Looks like it's moving in from Corrales and Rio Rancho over my left shoulder. Fouled. Over to the right side for strike number 2 on Candelas. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Wildcats trying to keep this right here at a 6-0 deficit. Sepulveda checks the runner at first. Comes with the 1-2 count at the plate. Swung on and missed. Ring him up and set him down. Candelas chases 9th K of the ball game for the Chargers. And now E.J. Gallardo to the plate. Gallardo 0 for 2. Popped out to Gutierrez at second in the 2nd. And then flew out to Weiser in the 4th. So he'll step in 0 for 2. 2 down now. First time he'll face Sepulveda. The breaking ball doesn't break quite enough, and it'll be ball 1. Juan throws a noon to 6 or an 11 to 5 break normally. The 1-ball, no strike count. Leonard at first. Sanchez holds him on. That one is going to bounce off the plate, get away from Pondo, and the wild pitch will let Leonard move into scoring position. So a 2-ball, no strike count to Gallardo at the plate. Chase Gabaldon waits on deck. As the Wildcats struggling a little bit against the number 3 team in the state. It's really been a pretty clean game. And that's the 11 to 5 breaker, and it's in there for strike 1. Good pitch there for Sepulveda when he can control it. So now runner at second. Sepulveda deals 2-1. Curveball swung on. That one is right back up the middle. Madrid sliding, tries to get to it and cannot. It'll find its way into center field, and it'll be an RBI single at the plate. Throw down to second, and is it in time? No! So it'll be an RBI single for Gallardos to center, and then he will move to second, and that will cash Leonard in and make this a 7-0 lead in favor of the Chargers. Again, the Wildcats, the exception of one error, and it was a pass ball on a strikeout. Have played clean. It's just a matter of, right now, academies, as Yogi Berra would say, hitting them where they aim. And the walks have cost the Cats as well. So now Gabaldon will step in, runner at second, 2 out. And curveball, and yep, he went strike 1. Gabaldon a single to left and scored his last time up, had an RBI sac fly back in the 2nd. Sepulveda checks the runner, comes to the plate, fastball. That one will be low. And it'll even things up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Gallardo at second. And the 1-1 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch for Sepulveda. Gabaldon over the top of it. And now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And heading over to third. Sorry, I was looking down, reading it. We've got a runner over at third, so Gallardo steals third. And a 1-2 is control handed back over to Sepulveda at the plate. Or on the mound, I should say. 1-2 pitch curveball swung on, popped up over on the right side. Could be trouble. Into foul ground on the run. Sanchez makes the grab as Patrick legging it out and gets the pop out for out number 3. But another run comes across for the Academy Chargers. We head to the 6th. Academy 7. Lovington yet to get on the board. Wildcat baseball in the playoffs continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
For the Academy Chargers, bottom of the 5th, they get a run on a hit, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded. We head to the top of the 6th. Lovington running out of outs. It'll be 9-1-2. That'll be Madrid, Gutierrez, and Weiser. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle on what started as a beautiful afternoon for baseball and has since become a windy mess here in the Duke City. So Madrid 0 for 1. He will lead it off for the Wildcats. So the 8th grader ready to go. Delaney still on the mound, and he will deal the fastball away for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. The Wildcats need base runners, trailing by 7. As Rounds flashes the signs, Delaney delivers, and that one will be low for ball number 2. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Outfield playing pretty much normal position. Thomas deep, but not as deep as the others, and the fastball misses high for ball 3 to the 8th grader Madrid. So with 3-ball, no strike count. Jude out. Now he's back in. Gutierrez waits on deck. Madrid going to show bunt. Whips it back, and that one will whip right through the heart of the plate for strike 1. I think Madrid just playing with Delaney a little bit there. And the pitch high for ball 4. And so Madrid will work the leadoff walk. First walk given up by Delaney. And the Wildcats have some life here in the 6th. And now Jaden Gutierrez to the plate. Jaden 0 for 2. So Jaden will step in. He is 0 for 2 and due, as my partner in crime, Don Morgan, would say. Delaney from the stretch has the sign he wants from Rounds. Williams holding on Jude. And swung on and missed. Snap throw down. And back in safely is Madrid. It is strike 1 at the plate to Gutierrez. So no ball, 1 strike count. Lovington's hadn't had a pickoff attempt, and Madrid back in safely again. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Madrid, or rather Delaney, with a good pickoff move. He's had some close ones over there. Swung on and missed. Gutierrez takes a hack at a pretty good fastball for strike number 2. Looking back over the books, Lovington has only had one man in scoring position. That was Weiser, and he was caught trying to steal home. Another pickoff attempt and another good sweep. Madrid back in under the tag once again. So Madrid causing some headaches for Delaney out on the base paths. He'll bring the 0-2, and that one is out of play over the Academy dugout right side. So the count stays 0-2 to Jaden Gutierrez, the leadoff hitter, but hitting a second here in the 6th. Lovington trails by 7, a 7-0 ball game, and that'll be a chopper foul over to the Lovington dugout. So we'll reset as Gutierrez protects the plate, 0-2. Again, it has gone from sunny and pleasant to cloudy and windy and rainy. Another pickoff attempt, Madrid. With Delaney, if one of the Lovington runners gets more than about a half step or so off of first, he's probably going to deal it over there. 0-2 to Gutierrez at the plate, gets a piece of it right back into the middle of the screen. And so the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., we will have Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Game 3, if necessary, at 1 p.m. Delaney checks the runner, comes to the plate, check swing. Did he go? He held up on it as they want an appeal down the first baseline, and they're going to say, nope, he held it up. I thought he did, so that'll be ball 1 to Gutierrez. Good eye and good control to keep from breaking the plane and breaking the wrists. So it's a 1-2 strike count. Gutierrez choked up slightly on the bat, trying to protect the plate. Delaney deals the 1-2, swung on and missed. That got him as Jaden knows it. Shakes his head. That'll be the second time he's gone down on strikes, and that will be 1 down for the Wildcats. 11th K of the ball game for Delaney, who is still working on a 1-hit shutout as Ryan Weiser to the plate. Another pickoff attempt on Madrid, back in safely. Weiser struck out in the first, but reached on the pass ball error. Then had an infield single in the third, so he is 1 for 2. And that one was on Gutierrez, and that is strike 3. Sorry, I got off on my count somewhere. So now it'll be Weiser to the plate, 1 for 2. Weiser with a stolen base in this one to go along with his hit. He has the single Lovington hit of the ball game. So the Wildcat senior with 1 out, 1 on, and that one going to bounce. Wild pitch will move Madrid down to second. Jude takes a big turn out there and is quarter of a way to third before Rounds gets to it and dares him to try it. So Madrid on the wild pitch, and that will be the first Wildcat runner in scoring position since back in the 4th inning, and only the second Wildcat in scoring position, period, for the game. 1-0 the count to Weiser at the plate. Madrid, huge lead, and the pitch swung on and missed as the bottom dropped out of that one, and evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Weiser at the plate, Madrid at second. Delaney has the sign, kicks, fires, curveball, popped up high in the air into foul ground in right field, and that one will drop as Gallardo, Williams, and Thomas all giving valiant chase, but coming up empty. So it'll just wind up being a long strike 2 to Weiser. Update from the Hobbs softball game in Carlsbad in the 3rd inning. Carlsbad has stomped back into that one to take the 3-2 lead in the winner-go-home game in the first round of the 5A girls softball playoffs. Of course, we'll have the 4A opening round tomorrow. We'll talk more about that coming up. Weiser will shoot that one foul over by the Academy bullpen. So still a 1-2 strike count. Tomorrow, Lovington Lady Cats taking on Moriarty, do-or-die game from Lady Cat Field. 1 o'clock. Dawn Morgan will have that for you here on Lovington Sports YouTube. Delaney checks on Madrid. Now comes to the plate, fastball, and that one is in there, called strike 3 as Weiser goes down looking 12th K of the ball game for Delaney, and now there is 2 down for the Cats with Micah Pondo coming to the plate. The Pondo 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded out to Gabaldon in the 4th. So 0 for 2 and due, runner in scoring position. You'd like to cash him in if you could. Delaney checks the runner, now comes set, and Pondo will shoot that one. It is a slow bouncer over to second, and Gallardo with it, and over to first, 4-3 for out number 3. So a leadoff walk that the Wildcats put into scoring position but cannot move him around. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Academy 7, Lovington nothing. Wildcat playoff baseball continues in 1 minute here on the Lee County, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, Z94 Facebook page.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jowl, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
For the Wildcats in the top of the sixth, no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded as we head to this bottom of the sixth inning. Looks like we will have another pitching change as that will move Patrick Sanchez over to the mound. So Patrick Sanchez in to pitch, and is that McKillop? Yep, it is Cole McKillop going over to first. So you've got Sanchez on the bump now. He is the fourth pitcher used by Coach Cruz, and McKillop goes over to first. So you got Sanchez and Pondo, your battery. McKillop, Gutierrez, Madrid, Paredes, the infield first to third. Weiser, Ochoa, and Rodriguez in the outfield from left to right. And go ahead and take a look at your numbers for Patrick Sanchez on the season. If I can get my phone to cooperate with me. There we go. Patrick had kind of a rough go with things. He is 0 for 1 on the season in 5 appearances. His ERA over 11. So he's going to try and keep things right where they are at and get Lovington, if he can, back into the dugout, just down 7-0. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo for this one. And I'll be solo for tomorrow, too. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight, and she'll be with the Lovington Lady Cats tomorrow. Hopefully 2 games for Lovington tomorrow, the Lady Cats. Hopefully 2 games for the Hobbs boys tomorrow if they don't come back in this one. So it's back to the top of the order for Academy. That'll be Andrew Olson. He'll be the first one to face Sanchez, and Patrick's first pitch swung on, and that one will be out into right field. So a leadoff single for Olson to right. And so 1 pitch, 1 hit. That'll be the 7th hit of the ball game for Academy. And now it'll be Matthew Delaney to the plate. Delaney 1 for 3, or rather 1 for 2. Struck out in the first. Had a double and scored in the third, then walked and scored in the fourth. Now pitcher on pitcher duel, and Patrick's first pitch is swung on, and that one is out of play. And out on the left side. Please don't hit the white SUV, but no, actually I think it went to the practice field next door for strike 1. So an 0-ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, fastball. That one's going to miss, evens things up at 1-1. Patrick with a good fastball, also has a curve and a slider. And there was the curve that did not break, and that'll be ball number 2. And to change up 2. So curve, slider, fastball change. The normal arsenal we've seen, and that'll be a fastball in the dirt, gets away from Pondo. And that will allow Olson to motor on down to second. It's ball 3 at the plate to Delaney. So that'll bring Ryan Williams will be waiting on deck. 1, 2, 3, Olson, Delaney, and Williams. So now with the runner on, you got Thomas in the hole. Sanchez from the stretch deals fastball, and that one will be away for ball number 4. And so Delaney will trot down to first, nobody out, and now the potential winning run to the plate in the form of Ryan Williams. Williams walked and was left stranded in the first, struck out in the third, and then had a 2 RBI double to left back in the fourth as Witten will be on to run again for Delaney. But now the junior first baseman represents the potential winning run in game 1 of this series, and that one will be low for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Lovington on their 4th pitcher. And I think Coach Cruz being very conscious of pitch counts. Curveball, and Ooh, barely missing. Pretty good pitch there from Patrick, but it's ball 2. So with 2 ball, no strike count. Runners at first and second. Academy threatens as that one, they asked, nope, they're going to say that he held up on it. And so now it's a 3-0 count to Williams at the plate. Patrick Sanchez, fourth Lovington pitcher. Witten at first, running for the pitcher Delaney. Olson at second, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Williams, and that will load him up for the cleanup hitter, Corbett Thomas. So Corbett Thomas will step in with the winning runs on the base paths. Thomas has had a quiet day. 459 on the season, will go down just a touch. He is 0 for 3 today. Flew out to right in the first, grounded out to Paredes in the fourth, and he'll take the first pitch and pop that one up over on the right side, and it'll get out of play for strike number 1. And then he struck out in the fourth, so a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And he's a pop out away from the big sombrero. A stat you never want. And that one will get away from Pondo as Rounds will motor in. And so the run will score, or pardon me, Olson will come in on the wild pitch and make this an 8-0 ball game. And it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Thomas at the plate. It'll move Witten to third, Williams to second. So now the winning run in scoring position and a 1-1 count to Thomas. Sanchez deals, curveball swung on, hard shot Madrid on the run in, and he gets a little confused as to what he's supposed to do with it, and he'll just eat it. And so doesn't wind up doing anything. That's just an 8th grader's mistake there. And so Thomas will reach on the fielder's choice. The fielder chose to do nothing, and the base is juiced once again with nobody out. So now it'll be Joseph Rounds to the plate. Rounds 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Struck out but reached on a passed ball. Then singled to left and struck out. First time facing Patrick Sanchez, and that one will get away from Pondo, but Micah gets to it quickly before Witten can move in, and it'll be ball number 1 at the plate. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Lovington now trailing 8-0. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the Wildcats desperate to get out of this one as the winning runs in scoring position here. They'd like to see a 7th inning, and the pitch swung on and fouled off. In-out swing there for Rounds. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Again, Patrick Sanchez on the hill. He is the 4th Lovington pitcher used this evening. As the wind is, finally dying down a little bit. A little western there for a few minutes, as my buddy David Campbell would say. The 1-1 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch from Patrick. And it'll be strike number 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sanchez will set. Checks the runners, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up over on the right side. Going to be playable as Pondo goes over, and he will slide over, and he will make the grab for out number 1. So the pop out to the catcher, and there is 1 down now. As Linhart, the designated hitter, will step in. Thomas at first, Williams at second, Witten at third. So bases loaded, still just 1 out. You'd like a hard grounder right at Madrid or Gutierrez. See if you could turn 2. Leonard 0 for 1, and that one's going to bounce off the plate, and that will score Witten easily. And so now Witten scores, Williams to third, Thomas to second, and the winning run is now just 90 feet away for the Academy Chargers. And just 1 out, and the traditional double play is now off. And a 1-0 count. Sanchez kicks and deals, swung on and missed. As Leonard over the top of that one. Leonard's walked and scored a couple in this one. So a 1-1 count. And he will swing, and he will take that one to Madrid, and he will come home, but he short arms it over the head of Pondo, and that will do it. So Ryan Williams will score the winning run. Leonard with the RBI fielder's choice will end this one. Our final score in Game 1, Albuquerque Academy 10, Lovington nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds to wrap this one up as Wildcat Playoff Baseball continues in a moment.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at Albuquerque Academy, Game 1 of this best-of-3 series in the books, and it was all Academy in this one. Final line score in it for Albuquerque Academy. They get 10 runs on 7 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 7 runners out on the base pass. For Lovington, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and they only have 3 runners in the whole ball game. The solo hit belonging to Ryan Weiser. So the Wildcats will just have to take a deep breath, reset, and come back at it tomorrow morning. We will be back with you at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning from right back here at Albuquerque Academy. 10:45 for your Wildcat pregame show, 11 o'clock for the first pitch of what hopefully will be a doubleheader tomorrow between the Wildcats and the Chargers. Again, a big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make everything possible. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. You've been hearing their ads. Couldn't do it without them. And, of course, today's game, free of charge, I might add, because of those great sponsors. But today's game presented by the authority and rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting, New Walmart Digital, and One Radio Square Sports, and approved by both the home school, Albuquerque Academy, and the visitors are Lovington Wildcats. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. The Cats fall to Academy by a final of 10-0. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square from a partner in crime, Don Morgan, on assignment tonight, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Academy. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Broadcasting and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. See you in the morning.